playing cricket today, and now I've relocated to a different part of the park. And I won't make a sign. I haven't really got much to ramble on about today. It was raining before, so I found a tree, but the ground's already sort of bone. My bed's looking like ginger. I do need to go to the gym. Anyway, it's quite a high standard of cricket they play. The batsmen have got helmets on and everything. What have I been dreaming? I learned this one last night, like I talked about on Twitter, where I was like about 60 or something, when I was still in hospital. But I was still looking on the bright side. I was sort of thinking, well, I might be able to live some of my old age in the community. Or a ball of leukocyte fractal genes. Can be a bit like a bear leukocyte. One thing to say is that last time I absconded, I know no one will listen, because that's the only actual on record Twitter live video I've done when I'm drunk. It was actually in the public domain. But I mean, I remember sort of feeling really like wheezy, sort of groggy. I think it was because I was mixing my drink, so it might be because I'm on the mood stabilising. I mean, when I finished making that video, I remember sort of thinking, well, it was sort of right out there. Just I had the whole night ahead of me. That was quite early in the night. I mean, oh man, looking weird. Actually, doesn't it say wakey from the side? It looks most wakey from there. It is. One thing to say, I've been meaning to say it in a post. It is weird the way me that everyone's doing this stuff. Never quite get my head around that, but I think it is actually me because no one ever actually says anything in any kind of a straight up way. They just tink around the edges and sort of what's the word? Smear and stuff. But then even when people do say things directly, it never quite feels like me they're doing it. And then I sort of think if you've got like a whole country like bullying you, then they're probably right and I'm wrong. But then why would they have to talk so much shit? That's a confusing thing. You think they just pin it down in some really like, in whatever he's called. What's he called? Um, Dermot O'Leary obviously put his 2 pennies worth it. I mean, like I've said on Twitter before, on X before, I think either Gene needs to work for MI5, which he might have, really, because if you think about it, he doesn't have, I mean, he's got a bit of star quality, but he's not someone who you sort of think, well, that's someone who's obviously going to rise through the ranks of the media and become a star. It was so devious, that, and it's like, if he hasn't, that's all he's got to say. You sort of think, well, it's probably a load of shit. And like that song I used to say, all these digging little hands of all the songs that never wind. But you're the only one I know. You're the only one I know. Well, goodbye, southern spy. I've come to love you in the heart, always staring in the void. Have your eyes open, destroy all these digging little hands of all the storms that never wind. But you're the only one I know. You're the only one I know. And goodbye, golden ring. Oh, you hollow little thing. Like the waves along the coast. I've come to love the highs and lows. 'Cause in the end, you're just a band, a funny bird that never whined. Baby, you're the only one I know. You're the only one. And then I thought it went, well, goodbye, golden town. No one wants to hear you now. Of all the happy end, this one wasn't right. You were the only one. You were the only one. But actually, guys, well, goodbye, golden sound. No one wants to hear you now. with all the happy land. I wouldn't wish this on a friend, but you're the only one. Don't really don't well not come to me. Oh, you're not quite I've always got a bit of residual scaredness of dogs because I was scared of them when I was little. I've never quite got over it. Watching all the dogs walk past the front of the hospital, though, it does make me want to get a dog. Because once you get to know them, I think they're pretty much like people, aren't they? Because they don't look like people. I never quite see them as people. They're like very sort of boisterous, excitable people, aren't they? Dogs that can't talk. It's like you just that songs off that album you should listen. Oh, it's raining. You should listen to it's called Deserters song by Mercury. We have the band Mercury, we have like Freddie Mercury. We have like Alison Rev in the car or Rev. It's a brilliant album. Deserters song. And if the dark ships of her eyes surrender to suddenly leaving you again endlessly. And if the armies of her soul take you by surprise and flee, leaving you again endlessly. He had mental health and drugs. I don't know if he was ever like placed in a mental hospital. They went off and lived in this log cabin in the woods throughout that. Oh, that's some rare bird. What's that? I think it's like it's not a blackbird. It's got a black bill at the front of its head, and then a sort of light grey, quite a small light grey head behind it, or light brown. Light grey, light grey. Feel weird lying under a tree with my bottle, smoking and making twilight video. I mean, just to be clear, it's just a bottle. One of the songs, the last song. Well, I always don't want you to listen to the last song. They'll be taking the piss and you'd all just sort of think, no, you're bloody not, mate. Well, all the trees been stumbling. But like I've said, tried to say on in tweet, my beef isn't with me beef's not with you, mate. My beef's not with anyone from Shrewsbury. Really. I'm sure Shrewsbury's a nice place if you just want like a sort of normal life and to bring up your kids and go to the pub and watch the football and do all the things normal people do. I mean, it's all the people in London that are my enemy. Not even Birmingham. I really like Birmingham. There's a real kind of like warm feeling when you walk around Birmingham. It gets a bad rap because of the accent, but it's once you get used to it, that's not even bad. It's my favourite city in Britain, Birmingham. I mean, I've been to all of them, but Leeds and Manchester can be a bit more sort of, they're like the Londons. Well, Manchester is like the London of the north. It's real, like, people get treated with respect in Birmingham. Because they do all this like dodgy, multi-layered manipulation and that. And I just sort of feel like, come on, I think I'm fighting like a bit more powerful forces than, the kind of Shropshire governance hierarchy, but they still think they're like key players in the whole thing. But then you say something like that, and then they don't just sort of think, yes, I suppose you've got a point. Like, drives them even more into it. So you've got to be careful not to take the piss or something. Even what I just said then, that's taking the piss. I didn't mean to take the piss. And if anyone look, I can imagine a lot of like young, people below the age of 30, probably, a lot of people above the age of 30 looking at this and thinking I'm ugly, but it's like, it doesn't really bother me that anymore. Not because I think I'm stunningly attractive, but just, I mean, I haven't had a girlfriend for about like 20 years anyway, so it's like, if I did fundamentally just have to accept that I'm not attractive enough to get a girlfriend that I find attractive, I'd just give up on it. I wouldn't. I mean, it wouldn't make that much difference going and had a girlfriend for like how long? 20, 25 years, you know. I'll just be the ugly one, laugh when they all kind of go, oh, ha, ha, I'm so ugly. I just go, yeah, I know. I mean, I give myself like 3 hours a day. And then they'd go, yeah, that's right, you're 3 out of 10. I'd go, yeah, I know, I am 3 out of 10. You got it right, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, I don't know how, I mean, right, that particular bit, so I look a bit better from there, right, at the moment than there, but that doesn't look very good. What that bird was, it had like a very pronounced black beard, so it went up onto its face a bit like a mask, and then a sort of light grey, sort of brown head, but quite a lot of its head it was smaller than a pigeon, and a lot smaller than a crow, but then its body was black like a crow. It's still over there, actually. But I won't turn in the camera because it will jiggle. I know that it's flying away. Maybe it likes eating conkers because they eat conkers. But you know something I found in terms of like when I was 15, I probably only found 15% of people attracted it. Now it's like I don't know, so at least about 65% of people. So it's sort of I'm setting myself a lower bar anyway. Anyway, that's enough talk about how I learned by doing too much. I'll let it get to half an hour, and then thinking about it, none of these rappers or anyone particularly seem to ever say, "Oh no." I'm just trying to think if I've ever heard. I've heard something about who is this old man? Or he didn't say who is this ugly old man. I don't know. I didn't say have a haircut now. Anyway, doesn't it? Like you gotta like maximize how you look at the moment. I've just got a sort of crap haircut. So I didn't cut it. God, it's getting weird. I mean, that album, Deserters song. It's a brilliant album anyway, so you should all listen to it anyway. weird. I never. You would think sitting under a tree would be really nice. In idyllic, like 18th century, like Pride and Prejudice, and they sit under trees. Actually, if you actually try sitting under a tree, because it never gets any proper sunlight. The ground's always wet, and there's always sticks, and it's really hard to sort of get a comfortable position. I'm lying down. I decided to go for the standard multi-pack of crisps, like two cheese and onion, two salt and vinegar, and two ready sauce. I just fancied it this time. Not gonna get Cheetos next time. It's funny. I didn't get Cheetos. Cheetos. I say they were none of these people would probably want me advertising their brand, but Cheetos sweet. What are they called? Sweet and spicy. They're delicious. Uh, well, I've said some substantial things in this video. But they won't listen. I'll go into town next time and all the police will be pulling all their sort of very clever cokehead expressions at me, which are just acting, and then some people seem to accuse me of being an actor. But it's sort of that you're not my enemy. My enemy is food. I don't really have it. I just want to be happy. Sticks even got to number one in America as well, and then you get all these kind of takes in London. Because isn't it hilarious that he hasn't made any of the money out of it? We've got someone to cover it, and they've made all the money out of it. Ha ha ha! Aren't we brilliant? Isn't he a wanker? But all the lyrics of that song are about me anyway. It's about me and the second woman behind the grassy knoll, as I call her, that song. So it's just sort of ridiculous that they do that. But I know they'll carry on doing it. But if once I'm out, I can just write more songs. I need someone to kind of, at least release one in my name without having all sorts of clever bits of injunction to stop me making any money out of it. I can imagine them all sort of thinking the bitter old 45-year-old with his crafty beard and haircut. He never made any money out of that, isn't it? And then look at him, he takes himself so seriously, he thinks he's this, he thinks he's that. But the lyrics of that song are about me and the second one behind the grassy knoll. And it's like, that's why it got to number one in Britain and America, because it's about me. And then you'll probably presumably think, well, that's what they're all just losers that brought that song. I don't look at things like that anymore. That's just how immature young people look at things. I know you won't lose. You don't like. I used to wonder who bought Elton John songs when I was like 16. I thought who's buying Elton John CD? You'd have to have really poor taste in music. There must just be some people who just have terrible taste in music. But now I really like Elton John. better check the time.